What do you think has been the most challenging part for your student in their time at CLE? And what's been the most challenging part for you as a parent?
So social for my son, for sure. Who funnily is like actually calling me right now. Um, so nice that he loves to talk to me. It's so wonderful. So the most challenging part for me has been letting go. And I really wanted to get to work this in today. So I only had 2 sessions from Colin, not his fault. He followed up with me all the time and he gave me advice that like stayed with me. And it was, you can't save him. You have to let him fail. And the point of CLE is to have your kids fail and have this safety net to help them learn that it's okay and what to do about it. And he in one of the calls, he gave this alarm clock example. He goes, if your kid is late, which obviously we have that problem, he said, don't say, well, you should go get an alarm clock. Say like, how did that feel? And what are some of the, why that sounds really frustrating? And what are some of the things that you could do to change that in the future? And that not only helped me with Brendan, it helped me with his younger brother and sister too. So Colin, I never tell you that. You gave me fantastic advice with him. So for Brendan, he thought he was going to go there and get a degree. And this path of saying his brain is not ready for school now and going through that and changing his expectations has been hard on all of us. And that's been a big, we're moving from, he went there to go and get through college, to our goals for him are to experience life in the way that he wants to and have the ability to go out and do what he's passionate about. And I don't think we're completely there yet, but we're certainly further than we were. I remember a call with Colin where I said early on, my biggest concern is that Brendan was going to fail out and not participate and was going to come home. And that was absolutely my biggest fear because it was awful at home when he was home. And Colin, honestly, you talked me through that. And you said, if that happens, then you have to put these guardrails and you'd make these agreements. And I've used that other places. And so it's been helpful, but this is not, I mean, if you're on this call, it's not an easy process. You already know that. So CLE is probably better than a lot of the things you've already been through.
Definitely letting go was the hardest part, and not stepping in every time Ben needed something. I remember he was getting his cable set up and he needed a longer cable, and my husband went and got it and brought it to him. Right. That was very much a no. Quickly that we should not be swooping in and saying, hey, but after 18 years, that was a really hard adjustment. And to know, like was said, that they will help and they'll encourage him to be independent and try things and try to get that cord for his cable himself, but they'll be there to help him. But it was hard for us to not, we only live 15 minutes from his apartment, so it was hard to not just go over every time something went wrong. So that was probably the biggest challenge.
Mm-hmm. The most challenging part for our son was being understood and feeling like he was heard, and not understanding the things he didn't already know. Daniel doesn't know what Daniel doesn't know. And so navigating that piece for him was the hardest part, until and seeing that CLE was not there to control him or manipulate him, that they were there to support him and help him take charge of himself. And so the hardest part for me as his parent wasn't the letting go. He's my 5th child. I've done it. I actually like letting go. No, just kidding. Got one more to go. The hardest part for me was helping be that backing up CLE and saying, no, they really are there trying to help you achieve what you want to achieve, Daniel, and navigating discussions with him to stick to it. He was very determined that it was 2 years and he was out in 2 years, and showing him, look at the progress you've made, and let's see areas you still need to work on. I hear you that you feel like you're done. And convincing him to stay this extra year, which has been just a tremendous year of growth because he's gotten through those barriers of thinking that they're just trying to control him and working against them more like teenagers and young people tend to do with us. So that was the most challenging part for us, was convincing him to just continue on and see the progress and trust it for himself.